Hello friends, welcome to another video. Today's review is The Warlord by Gina Showalter. Let's see if I can get that so you can see the cover without the glare on it. You can see the sexy warlord there holding his sword. I'm going to try and get it right close. If you can see his eyes, see how they're like striated. That's something that they talk about in the book, how his eyes have those striations in it. All of the warlord, the Astra do. I got this from my public library. It is pretty new, actually. I think it was from 2021. It's not too new, but it's still kind of new. I will read the blurb for you guys. For centuries, Talia Skyhawk has prepared to become Harpy General, leader of the deadliest female army in existence. One of the requirements: remain a virgin. But for a chance to save her people, she must wed the fearless leader of the Astra Planeta, Alrock Phaethon. The time has come for Rock to sacrifice another virgin bride to his god. There has never been a woman alluring enough to tempt him from his path. No warrioress powerful enough to overcome his incredible strength. No enchantress desirable enough to make him burn beyond reason. Until now. With the clock ticking, war between husband and wife ignites. Except Talia never expected the merciless king to challenge the future she once envisioned. She certainly never anticipated the thrill of their battles turning into games. The problem is, only one spouse can survive. So this is a romance. It is a spicy romance. I would say 16 or 18 plus, depending on the maturity level. Definitely detailed scenes. I would definitely put it in the smut category. The characters are all like gods and immortals. So Alrock and Talia are obviously the two lead, and Alrock goes by Rock most of the time. There's Talia's best friend, Nika, who is clairvoyant, seeress. She can see things before they happen. Her mom, Tabitha, her aunt, Tamara, and her cousin, Blythe, play main roles, and Blythe's daughter, Isa, I think, is Ela. I can't remember her name, her niece's name. She doesn't play a huge major role, but she's mentioned. And then Alrock's, I'm just going to name 3 of them. I think there's 8 or 9 of the main warlords total, and then he has an army as well. So he's got his brother Ian with him, and Rue, who's a little different. He actually has a little bit of a major role to play in Silver. They usually mention Ian and Silver the most. And then there's the god Cerberus and Cerberus's dad Chaos, and they are very much involved in the book. We could say Cerberus is the main bad guy. Chaos is Alrock's benefactor. He sort of adopted him and Ian when they were little boys, and his sisters as well, I should say. Alrock has 2 sisters. I can't remember their names. They are very minor roles. So the god Chaos raised Alrock and his brother Ian, turned them into these Astra Planetara, warlords. They're very, very powerful warriors. And then, of course, Talia and her mother Tabitha and her aunt Tamara, and those ones, they are the powerful warriors of their own, but they're the Harpies. They look very much human-ish. I should say all of them look human-ish. Talia has wings, which I think is cool. They comment on them being small and fairy-like. They mention them now and then, but she doesn't really get into a lot of details, other than if her wings are pinned, it makes her weaker. That's important in the book. They don't really explain how her shirt situation works. We just assume it's magic, that she can put on the shirts and her wings just go through them somehow. Some books talk about how shirts and wings go together, and some don't. This is one that doesn't. It's magic. It's magic. Her shirts and tops just fit perfectly. So there's obviously magic involved. These guys have abilities like mind speaking and like going invisible, and they call it flashing, where they can jump from realm to realm or just within the own realm from room to room, like transporting on a personal level. Some people can do more than one person. Some people can only do one. I like how the plot was paced for this book. It's pretty well paced, and the banter is amazing. The banter between Talia and Rock is something else. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's engaging. Talia is very sassy. You got to know both of them are centuries old because they're both immortal. Rock, I'm just gonna call him Rock. Rock basically just lived the war life and the battles and the training, and then these tasks that they have to do, which I mentioned. 30 days to wed a virgin, 30 days to sacrifice her, 30 nights to resist temptation. And that's something that he has to do, is some sort of challenge. So he's the leader, and he has to do his challenge first. And if he beats it, they win one up on Cerberus, and then his second has to do a challenge, and so on and so forth. And if they all win, then they become stronger. But if even one of them loses, they get cursed for, I can't remember how long, but they basically go into hibernation for that time. So no one wants to lose these. You don't want to lose them. But it's all about making sacrifices. I forgot where I was going with telling you about that. Anyway, this is Rock's challenge. Oh my goodness. This is Rock's challenge. And obviously he's supposed to sacrifice Talia at the end of 30 days. But it is a love story. It is a romance. You know that something's going to happen. So yes, they have a lot of banter and a lot of flirting, and they end up obviously falling for each other, and she wins over his warriors. And the whole end game is to figure out how to stay together with nobody dying, obviously, because she can't die at the end if he doesn't want to sacrifice her anymore. And if he doesn't sacrifice her, obviously he doesn't want to die for failing his challenge. So that's the whole gist of the thing. And she leaves it right to the very end to solve, which is funny. I'm trying to think. I like how the characters develop slowly. Like, you can see them learning and growing and like figuring things out on their own about how they can change, like how things don't have to be the way they think they have to be, which is awesome. I didn't find it, well, I mean, the whole premise is obviously predictable. Like, you put two people together that aren't supposed to be together, but they get married for a marriage of convenience. You know they're going to fall in love. Like, that part's predictable, obviously. But in general, I couldn't figure out how it was going to get solved, and it was literally like pages away from the end when it all gets sorted out and figured out. Definitely forced proximity and arranged marriage kind of tropes going on there. There are no dragons in this book, I am sorry, but there is magic and wings and stuff like that. Emotions for sure. I laughed out loud for multiple parts. Like I said, their banter is absolutely hilarious. The steamy scenes are good. The curiosity, like, I wanted to know how they were going to figure this out, so there was those moments as well. I wouldn't really call it a twist at the end, just like, I'm not sure how to put that, how she how they solve it at the end. Like postponing that to the very, very end is great. Definitely an interesting plot line. I keep looking down at the book. This is why I hold it. I hold it so that I can like look at it when I'm talking about it. I thought it looked interesting, and I thought it would be like a light and fluffy story for something different. And it's a little bit more in depth than I thought, which was actually quite enjoyable. It is a standalone. I have a feeling there's other books in the same world. I didn't look into that, but I have a feeling there's different books in the same world, like for his other commanders in his troop that might be about their journeys and their challenges, which would be fun to read. I gotta look that up and see what happens with those ones for sure. I liked the way it ended. I liked how they solved the problem in the end. I liked how everything was wrapped up nicely. She left a little bit to the imagination, but enough. Not too much that it bothered me. I hate books that leave too much to the imagination. This was just the right amount. I would give it 4 out of 5 stars because it definitely exceeded my expectations. Like I said, I was expecting something fluffier. The writing is good. It was very engaging. The pace was good. The plot was different and engaging. The characters were relatable and they stood out to me. I don't think I'll reread it though. It was a good one-time read. Totally worth it. I would recommend it if that's the kind of thing you're into. Like I said, spicy romance with a lot of playful banter and flirting, a little bit of magic. Yeah, it was interesting. The Warlord by Gina Showalter. Highly recommend. 3 out of 5 stars. Check it out. I hope you liked my video, and I would love it if you would like the video with a little thumbs up and smash. Well, that's what I'm trying to copy other people. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, because I would love that too. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.